Chapter 44 Assault on Viratanagar. The Pandavas had made Viratanagar their home for their final year of exile, the year of hiding. With the death of the kingdom's general Kichaka, the neighboring territories sought to exploit a rare opportunity. King Sushama, the ruler of the Trigarta kingdom, traveled to Hastinapur to meet with Duryodhana. He proposed an attack on Viratanagar and a splitting of the lands gained. Kichaka had defeated Sushama in battle many times previously and had taken up much of his kingdom. Now he had an opportunity for retribution. Duryodhana readily agreed. With the combined forces of Hastinapur and Trigarta attacking Viratanagar from the north and the south, it should be an easy victory. They made their battle plans and dispatched their armies to strategic positions to begin their attack. King Virat was shaken by the news of their impending doom. However, Yudhishthir, in his disguise as the court advisor, Kanka, steadied the king. Yudhishthir, trained since a child by the weapons master Drona and master of strategy Grand Uncle Bhishma, was well versed in the art of war. He helped the king prepare the army and plan their defense of the kingdom. Yudhishthir recruited his brothers Bhim, Sahadev, and Nakul in their respective disguises to assist with leading the battalions in defense of the kingdom. Duryodhana and Sushama began the attack and were startled when their armies met fierce resistance. Meanwhile, citizens arrived at the Viratanagar palace seeking refuge. One of the invading armies, led by Kana, had captured their livestock and land, and they were desperate for assistance. Only the king's son, Uttar, was available to help the farmers recover their possessions. But the young prince was nervous. He had never fought an army as fierce as this one before. Arjuna, in disguise as the eunuch Brihanala, comforted the young man. Prince Uttar, I was once the charioteer for the mighty Arjuna. I will assist you to fight off the invading army. The prince felt braver, being in the presence of one who knew the legendary warrior Arjuna. The prince armed himself, and with Brihanala as his charioteer, they made off in the direction of the offending army. However, Brihanala advised the prince of a detour they would have to make. The tree where the mighty Pandavas hid their celestial weapons. Chapter 45 The Pandavas Revealed. The siege of Viratanagar went on for days. The armies of Hastinapur and Trigarta were dumbfounded as to how their armies were fended off. With General Kichaka recently slain, they assumed an easy victory. However, they now found themselves on the verge of retreat. The major points of attack were on the north and the south. However, on the east, Kana moved his armies in to claim land and cattle. Kana found his path blocked by a single war chariot. In the carriage stood a young prince, armed with bow and arrow. The charioteer appeared to be a woman. The prince was nervous. He launched an arrow, but it fell hopelessly short of the mark. Kana and his army burst out laughing. If this was all Virat's army had to stop them, they had an easy path to their spoils of war. But then the female charioteer revealed a bow and arrow and launched her attack. Kana found his army quickly decimated and had to defend himself from the onslaught. Meanwhile, Duryodhana, who had his army attacking from the north, also found his troops beaten back. A large warrior with a gigantic mace smashed his way through the soldiers, sending them flying high into the air. A glimmer of recognition dawned on Duryodhana's face. It is Bhim. We have found the Pandavas. They will have to enter another 12 years of exile, laughed Duryodhana. But a sobering voice dashed his hopes. The weapons master Drona spoke out. That is not so, my prince. With the dawn of the new day, the Pandavas' final year of exile has come to an end. Duryodhana's spies had failed to find the Pandavas during the year, and he had lost track of the final days due to his immersion in the invasion of Viratanagar. During his battle, Kana also recognized the fighting style of the Prince Arjuna. With the Ravasi's curse now lifted, Arjuna had regained his manhood and had no further need for the disguise of Priyanala. He unleashed a ferocious attack on Karna and his army. The troops of Hastinapur and Tragata were forced to retreat. King Virat was overjoyed to learn his benefactors were the mighty Pandavas. He sought to form an alliance with the family and offered his daughter's hand in marriage to Arjuna. "I cannot accept," replied Arjuna. "Princess Uttara was my dance student and thus like a daughter to me. However, I propose her marriage to my son Abhimanyu." King Virat accepted the proposal, and preparations were made for the wedding celebrations. But in Hastinapur, a dark mood prevailed, as Duryodhan plotted his next move. Thank you for watching so far. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe. This will ensure that more people can find this resource. Click the notification button so that you can be the first to know about new uploads. And please do comment below. I'll do my best to reply to any questions. Thank you.